Hello students. In the previous video, we learned about discriminant d for any quadratic equation. As we told you, it is so called because it helps us to discriminate the roots of given quadratic equation. The formula for finding d is b square minus 4ac. So when we put the values of a, b and c from the equation into this formula, we will get values of d. If d turns out to be negative integer, that is, if it is less than 0, the quadratic equation will have no real roots. If it is equal to 0, then equation will have roots but both will be equal. That is, root alpha will be equal to beta. And if d is a positive integer, that is, it is greater than 0, the equation will have two real and different roots. Let us understand this better using an example. Find the discriminant of given quadratic equation and determine the nature of its roots. And find the roots if they exist. Let us consider the first quadratic equation 2x square minus 4x plus 3 equal to 0. Calculate its discriminant d using formula b square minus 4ac. Students, here you can find values of a, b and c by comparing this equation to standard form ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. We find that a is equal to 2, b is equal to minus 4, c is equal to plus 3. Substitute all these values in d equal to b square minus 4ac equation and solve it. On solving, we get d is equal to minus 8. Now since minus 8 is less than 0, equation 2x square minus 4x plus 3 equal to 0 has no real roots. And students, this saves our time of finding roots. Since this does not have any root, we need not further proceed and find the roots of this equation. Let us consider second quadratic equation 16x square plus 24x plus 9 equal to 0. Again, compare this with standard form of quadratic equation, find out ABC and calculate discriminant d by formula b square minus 4ac, which works out to be 0. As we know that if d is equal to 0, equation will have two real roots but both the roots will be numerically equal. Therefore students, this expression must be a perfect square expression. So we can use the identity a plus b whole square and find out the roots very quickly. Now students, try this last equation by yourself. So compare this equation to standard quadratic equation and find a, b, c. Now substitute them in formula b square minus 4ac and solve it to get the value of d. You can see it solves to d equal to 12. Now since d is greater than 0, equation will have two real and different roots. Let's verify this by finding roots of this equation. And to find out roots, let's use quadratic formula. Yes, here we already know this b square minus 4ac, which is 12, and all other values as well. So substitute them in equation and solve. On simplifying, we get 6 plus or minus under root 12 upon 2 into 2. Now we know that root 12 can be written as under root 4 into 3, which is also equal to 2 root 3. Thus our equation becomes 6 plus or minus 2 root 3 upon 2 into 2. Taking 2 common, we get 3 plus or minus root 3 upon 2. Now separate this expression into two equations, one with plus and other with minus respectively. So you can see here we get two different values of roots alpha and beta. You can also solve this expression or equation further by putting value of root 3 as 1.73 to get exact values. So what we have seen till now is how to use this discriminant d for quadratic equations. And therefore we can find its root either by completing square method or factorization method or using quadratic formula, whichever is convenient. Now students, if I give you a question, is it possible to design a rectangular park of perimeter 80 meter and area 400 meter square? And if so, find the length and breadth. Can you answer this question? Try it, otherwise we will see in our next video.